Hey everybody, this is your first tutorial for Autodesk 123D Design. We're going to go over moving within the workspace and manipulating objects in the workspace. So the first thing you need to understand is how to move your view. So this is really similar to the slicing software we were using earlier, except that the controls are a little bit different. So you've basically got two options. You can orbit, which basically means you can rotate around the whole view in 360 degrees like I'm doing right now. But what you're doing is you're orbiting around a single point. Now that's great unless it's not the single point that you want to be orbiting around, in which case you need to move your orientation. So right now I'm orbiting around the edge of the build platform here, or the grid as they call it. You can manually click on pan, which is the option over here, and then click to move like so. Or you can hold down the roller mouse, the scroll wheel in the middle of the wheel, in the middle of the mouse, and that also does the exact same thing. That allows you to pan also. So you got two ways to pan. You can manually click on the pan button and move things around, or you can hold down the wheel in the middle of the mouse, and that also allows you to pan. When you let go of the wheel in the middle of the mouse, you can roll it out and roll it in to zoom in and out. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to introduce an object just so that we can start working around the object. So I'm going to go here to what they call the primitives menu, and I'm going to select a cylinder. Now, as soon as you select an object, you see some dimensions pop up down there at the bottom of the screen. Those dimensions are always in millimeters. So what we've got here is a very small object. It's a 10 millimeter radius by a 20 millimeter height. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. Let's just go to 50 here. And we'll make height slightly bigger with the tab key to move over. And I'm going to make it 50 by 50. And then we hit enter. And there we go. Now, if we want to move around this object, we can right-click and pan around to a certain extent. We can look at both these sides, but again, we're orbiting off of one point. So if I want to go all the way around the object, I have to pan or move, and then move again, and then rotate. So again, it's a little bit tricky, but you're gonna want to play around with it and get the hang of things. So you've got your pan, your orbit, and your zoom function. So zoom is scrolling in, scrolling out, and this is running a little bit slow because I'm running the screencast software and the CAD software at the same time. You've got your orbit function, sorry if that's making you dizzy, and you've got your pan function, which lets you move around an object. Now there's one more thing I want to point out. You see this box here. This box in the upper right-hand corner gives you options like front, up, which will orient you to the front of an object. You can look at any side that you want, left side, again, back side. And I'm just clicking on these arrows here, and it'll rotate you all the way around the object, or you can click up top, and it'll put you right on top of the object. I can scroll in, scroll out. This is very useful, as you're going to find when you're manipulating objects in the workspace, because you need to move around them to make sure that they're oriented to the other objects in the correct way. Let me just give you a quick example here. Let's throw another primitive into the mix. Let's throw a sphere into the mix here. Okay, we're going to make this sphere a 25 radius, so it's nothing huge. There we go. Okay, now, I'm not quite sure where that is in relation to this. I know it's, but if I click on it, now I can move it, but I'm not quite sure. It looks like it's intersecting my cylinder here, but what I'm going to want to do here is I'm going to want to go to a side view. Oh, that's much better. And now I can see, whoa, it just resized itself all of a sudden. Resized itself out of existence. Let's click undo a couple of times. There we go. That's much better. Don't know what happened there. Oh, it looks like we've got a slight glitch in the program. Interesting. All right. Well, you can see how important it is to manipulate your view when you're trying to orient two objects. If you want to get them close, again, this is there's something slightly wrong with the program. I'm going to click move and see if I have any better luck with that option. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now, okay, are they touching? Are they not quite touching? Let me rotate. Looks like it. Let's zoom in now and see for sure. Zooming in. Oh yeah, they're absolutely touching. Okay, well now we know for sure. Now let's say I wanted to join these two. I could join them. I could do all sorts of things to these objects because it's a CAD program. So the idea is you can basically design anything you want to. But now you have a basic idea of how to move things in the workspace. Again, you're using your top scroll wheel to zoom in and zoom out. You can also hold it down in order to pan. You can click here to look at different parts of a surface, including the top of the surface. And you can manually click on the pan button if you need to move stuff around. So we've got zoom in, zoom out, pan, which is either click or hold down the top scroll wheel. And then you got orbit, which orbits you around the current point. Whoa, there we go, 360 degrees. All right, guys, that's it for how to move within the build space. We're going to get more into actually how to use the program in our next tutorial. Thanks for watching.